come on, dude, you're gonna kill your clients. That's not good for revenue, and that's all you're about. So VShred, one of the most fraudulent people to ever come into the fitness community. One of the core reasons I started this channel is just so that I can provide you with the information so that you can make choices for yourself. And one of the most frustrating things to me is when these grifters go out there and try and profit off of people who don't know much better, and you'll see quickly how Vince is trying to almost keep his audience stupid, because every shred of knowledge they collect is another step towards realizing that he has no idea what he's talking about. His whole story is built on false promises and ripping off content from other actual good creators. Anyone with any background in exercise know that some of the things he's doing are either not helpful or might cause injuries, but no one talks about his diet advice, which is equally as bad, so that's why I'm here. My name's Shay, I'm a nutritionist and an international level athlete. So today, Mr. Vince is treating us to 10 best foods for faster weight loss.
Number 10, avocados. So one of the best sources for healthy fats are avocados. Avocados in particular might even help you lose belly fat. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that women who ate one fresh Hass avocado a day had less abdominal fat.
Yeah, so my favorite part about these grifts is they don't really understand how to read studies. I looked into the study, I found it, and anyone, not even with a science degree, but just most people would realize that this study doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like, for one, the results were very minimal. It was like a 5% reduction. Additionally, it was only in the females. Additionally, it's only in the overweight people. So additionally, they couldn't actually outline any mechanism to why this would actually take place, which means there's a pretty good chance it was just down to chance, especially when you consider the fact that, you know, fat mobilization is quite global. It's not like it gets targeted in a specific place. So it doesn't really make sense.
Number 9, shrimp.
Shrimp?
Shrimp are low in calories and high in protein.
So is like pretty much every white meat. So it's like, why shrimp? Vince, tell us, Vince.
So shrimp
Come
can
on.
easily be a part of any weight loss diet. 100
So can any white meat.
grams of cooked shrimp has only 99 calories and a whopping 24 grams of protein.
So does pretty much every other white meat. Okay, I'll stop.
It's great for stir fries. It's great for salads. It's great for wraps. It can be thrown in the air fryer.
I'm holding myself back.
Crispy snack. It can be pretty much served with any kind of meal.
Well, white fish will be pretty much the same. Any other sort of crustacean is kind of the same. But additionally, shrimp doesn't really have that good micronutrient density. It's more of like a delicacy food. Especially if you're trying to lose weight, you're eating lower calories, so you need higher micronutrient density because you're just eating less and you still have the same micronutrient targets. So I'd really recommend pretty much any other meat other than shrimp. It's like, why shrimp?
Number 8, quinoa.
Okay.
So most people don't know that quinoa is actually a seed and not a grain.
Thanks,
And it
Vince.
contains all 9 essential amino acids, and it's also a great source of fiber, magnesium, and B vitamins. And so you can use this as a base for your favorite salad, or you can mix it into your oatmeal. By eating quinoa with lunch or dinner is going to keep you feeling pretty full and satisfied, so don't skip out on the chance to add this to your meals because it also tastes pretty good. Number
It's like, he doesn't explain anything. He says it has fiber, but he doesn't say why fiber's good. Fiber's very satiating. He said it was the protein that's kind of doing that, but more so the fiber. We love quinoa on this channel because it is micronutrient dense and it has ecdysterone, which can help with muscle growth and repair, but he doesn't mention this either, and he doesn't really outline why it's going to cause weight loss.
Another type of seafood to include in your weight loss diet is salmon. It can be a great alternative to chicken or beef every night and is also loaded with protein. 6 ounces of salmon has about 34 grams of protein.
Again, it's like, oh, meat has protein. Thanks, Vince. Where would I be without you?
Now, salmon is also loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which is a type of healthy fat that can help you feel more full and is also linked to better brain function. According to research published in the peer-reviewed Neurology Journal, higher omega-3 fat intake was directly linked to better cognitive health. Number 6.
Just doesn't outline the whole mechanism there. Basically, omega-3 We get a lot of omega-6 nowadays because seed oils are everywhere and a bunch of other cheaper fats. So basically, if we have too much omega-6 compared to omega-3, it can be pro-inflammatory. So more omega-3, of course, keeps us in balance. Lower inflammation helps protect neurons. So that's the link to cognition. All right, we're halfway through and he still hasn't thoroughly explained a single thing. You know, as I said before, I think you don't want your audience to actually know much of your Vince, because then they won't buy your programs because they'll realize that you don't know what you're doing either.
Almonds. If you love to snack, make sure that you are grabbing a handful of almonds instead of candy or chips, at least to start. Almonds are a great source of protein and a great source of fiber, and also contain magnesium. And one study published in the Nutrients Journal found that magnesium supplementation can have a positive effect on blood sugar levels in people with diabetes. And when you're trying to lose weight, consuming foods rich in magnesium might even help with cravings so that dieting becomes even easier.
It's like, oh, thanks, Vince. Almonds are just fat and protein, there's no carbs. And it's like, oh, if we don't eat carbs, if we don't eat sugars, it doesn't raise our blood sugar. It's like, well, yeah, like, how more basic could it be, right? And additionally, almonds are pretty, like, yes, they have fiber, but I'd say they're more of a bulking food. It's easy to just sit down with a bowl of them and crush like 600 calories before you've even blinked. So I wouldn't recommend this for weight loss. Yes, maybe still better than candy, as you said, but, you know, it's like, come on, dude. Almonds are better than candy. Is that what like 5 years in the industry has taught you?
Number 5, oatmeal. So swapping the same amount of calories in bread for the same amount of calories in oatmeal can give you some extra leverage when you're trying to lose weight. And that's because oatmeal is packed with fiber, which helps you feel more full for hours and
So is brown bread.
hours. Meanwhile, bread will get broken down and absorbed by your body pretty dang quickly, and even though it may give you a boost of energy immediately, that boost of energy will wear off quickly, leaving you feeling tired, and it also raises your blood sugar levels, which can bring fat loss.
Oatmeal will also raise your blood sugar levels particularly quickly. I still like oats, I still eat them. I'm not too worried about blood sugar because I'm in good metabolic health, but like, come on, Vince, come on. They both raise blood sugar. Every carb you eat gets broken down into sugar eventually.
Number 4, whole eggs. Purposely put this on here because I don't want you to keep settling for egg whites just because you're trying to lose weight. Egg yolks.
Isn't that what this whole video's about? Like, come on.
Are another source of healthy fats, and eating whole eggs in moderation will give you a good boost of protein as well. Of course, you want to make sure that you're checking in with your doctor if you have high cholesterol and if you're worried about eating eggs. But if you don't have problems with cholesterol, you can enjoy eggs a few days a week to round out your diet.
Well, first of all, dietary cholesterol doesn't really affect blood cholesterol. If you know anything, you know that this is true. And additionally, he's saying, oh, it's got healthy fats. I assume, again, he means unsaturated fats, but the thing is, eggs also have like about a third of the total fats are saturated, which are less healthy, technically. That will actually raise your LDL cholesterol, which is more of the issue. But again, he doesn't really explain anything. You can't just group the whole thing and say, oh, it's all healthy fats. But eggs, in general, are pretty good food. I wouldn't be afraid of them. But I also wouldn't say they help with weight loss, because why?
And you can try them scrambled, you can try them in sandwiches, or you can just enjoy hard-boiled egg as a snack to stay full and satisfied between meals. The beauty of eggs is you can cook them so many different ways.
Like, where was the link to, like, oh, this is why it causes weight loss? Okay.
Number 3, MCT
oil. Oh, this is
oil.
my favorite one.
So MCT oil is derived from coconuts and technically isn't a food by itself, but you can enjoy it by itself to help suppress hunger. You can also cook vegetables and meats in it to get the benefits of MCT oil. Now, why MCT oil specifically?
Tell
One
me,
study
Vince.
published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that a weight loss diet with MCT oil led to more weight loss than olive oil. So try trading MCT oil for your usual cooking oil, or just pour it over your meats and your veggies to make your foods that much more nutritious.
Do not cook with MCT oil. It is poisonous, okay? Maybe not properly poisonous, but coconut oil, which is what it's extracted from, it's technically saturated fat, but the chain length is kind of medium, so it's not really a pure saturated fat. It's actually pretty good for you. It won't spike your blood lipids like some of the other saturated fats. But MCT oil, if you heat this up, it will produce pro-inflammatory molecules like your free radicals, which is going to devastate your health if you eat it regularly. So do not cook with this. Like, why not just eat the coconut oil? It's probably cheaper anyway. If you're enjoying, please be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. It's free, helps me out, and I'd love to have you on board.
Number 2, turmeric.
Yes, we love turmeric on this channel.
Okay, so this is technically a spice.
Thanks, Vince.
And it can also support weight loss. A study published in the Frontiers of Pharmacology journal revealed that curcumin intake was linked to a reduction in BMI and overall weight in patients with metabolic syndrome.
Yeah, this is another one of Vince not really reading the full study, even though he said it. I don't know if you know what metabolic syndrome is. I don't know if he understands it. But basically, it's kind of like a triad between obesity and blood sugar or diabetes and blood pressure. These are all kind of interlinked. You know, overeating and inflammation, poor diet, low exercise are kind of risk factors, and they all kind of go together and promote each other, so it kind of stacks pretty poorly. But to say that the study will apply to everyone is so poorly done, unless all of your clients are people with metabolic syndrome. In that case, I feel terrible for them because they're not going to get any better following this advice. So, like, overeating is the main issue here. We're not going to solve anything with a little bit of spice. I like turmeric because it can help manage inflammation and also brain-derived neurotrophic factor. But as a weight loss tool, dude, like, no, Vince, why have you done this?
And if you don't want to put it in your food, you can also just take it as a supplement.
All right, so eat turmeric pills and you'll lose weight. Like, come on, dude, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Like, are we really going to weight loss pills, dude? Come on, no.
And number 1, we have chocolate. Now, you might be a little surprised to see chocolate all the way at the top of the list of best weight loss foods, but in its natural state, cacao is actually great for you. Cacao is loaded with antioxidants and minerals that support overall health.
Ooh, my guy's been reading up on his useless Instagram food infographics. I like how he doesn't reference a study here, because I've been down this rabbit hole. There isn't really strong evidence. Yes, there are flavonoids in cocoa powder, but most of the evidence suggests you're probably going to have to eat a lot of it. Pure cacao as well, but that's quite bitter unless you add like sweeteners, which might be an issue. Additionally, to get a lot of cacao in, you're also going to be eating a lot of lead and cadmium, because these are quite high and can cause poisoning in high levels. So, yeah, again, no disclaimer here. It's just like, oh, eat lots of cacao. Come on, dude, you're going to kill your clients. That's not good for revenue, and that's all you're about. So thankfully, that's the end of the video. Thankfully, there's not like another 5. But I really find with these people that really lack integrity, they can make a quick buck initially, but eventually they get found out and views just drop in the bin. Like, he's got 2.4 mil subs, but his views are kind of in the bin. And that's kind of the beauty of it. I think people are getting more and more attuned to people with lacking integrity. That's something I really see a lot, and it really pains me when I see lacking integrity. It never ends well. You end up with an audience that is less informed and doesn't really trust you anyway, and to anyone else you just look like a bit of a scam artist. But yeah, let me know if there are any YouTubers in the health space you really enjoy for their strong integrity. For me, I like Zach Thielander. He's, you know, fantastic. I think he really embodies this. But
he put a maroon curtain behind him. He had the SM7B that Rogan has. He even has the same boom stand and the same headphones, and he's looking at the same angle that they showed the guests for Rogan, and he's not on Rogan. Mind you, he's not even on a podcast.
Yeah, that's for me. Here are some videos you might enjoy. Let me know what you thought about this video, and I'll see you in the next one.